Hey guys, I've been posting on YouTube for like a couple of weeks now, and it's not like a lot of videos, I'm gonna be honest. But at least I need to introduce myself. My name is Louis, and I'm a student at the moment. I'm doing a study in animal management, and it has been a big dream of me for a long time to start a zoo. And that's my introduction. That's it. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. What I've been doing is I'm doing this study. I've been head zookeeper in a private collection, and I worked there with all kinds of animals and started designing there. And I was like, yeah, maybe I start a private collection for myself. And then I went to a zoo here in the Netherlands where I live, and I talked with the people there, and they said, you know, it's possible to start a zoo. It's not impossible. You don't need to have millions and millions of dollars or euros or whatever. You can start it yourself. And that really got me thinking, do I really want to have a private collection, or do I want to start a zoo? And that was in, let's be honest, April. That was in April. And in the beginning of May, I started a TikTok channel. And on that TikTok channel, I was just posting stuff like, hey guys, I want to start a zoo. And I want to do it together with you. I want to document everything I'm doing. And that's what I've been doing here on YouTube as well. All the videos, I make compilations of like the plans we have, the plans I thought out. And in the meantime, I'm just putting them on paper on my little dinky Chromebook. And I'm making videos about what kind of animals, how will we do it, what kind of regions in the world do we want to show, the information, all that kind of stuff. Just be transparent with everything. And I wanted to share that on YouTube as well. And for that reason, introduction is also needed. So, what are you gonna see here on YouTube? Let's go into that for like a quick minute. What you're gonna see on here is mostly just compilations for the people that don't have TikTok. It's just gonna be compilations for the first few weeks probably of all the things we talked about on TikTok. And we try to talk with everybody, and your feedback is always appreciated. We just work it in there as well. I have lists on lists of like all the stuff you guys are telling me. And I want to involve the people on YouTube as well, because not everybody has TikTok, not everybody has Instagram, but a lot of people have YouTube. And that way we talk with more people. That's what I want to do. So for that reason, here I am. And we're just talking about everything. I'm sitting in a classroom right now. We will have a studio in, I think, a month or two. I will have a studio to work in. And in the meantime, I will keep you guys up to date. Make maybe some longer videos, put them on here as well in between, next to the compilations that I make. And that's almost everything we are doing right now. So feel free to follow us. Feel free to join in on the adventure, on the journey we are making together. And always give your feedback. I'm always open to all kinds of feedback that you give, and you can be against something and say like, hey, I don't think you're doing something right. As long as you are like telling me in a nice way that you're not okay with me, I'm willing to talk with you and willing to see if we can find a place that's the two of us are actively like okay with. Because a zoo is not made by one person. That's something I noticed in the first few months, and I notice it now here in November. It doesn't matter how much I do on my own. I need you guys as well. And not just like, oh, I need your money. No. I need your feedback. I need your information. The things you notice in zoos, the things you don't like in zoos, the things you like in zoos. We just work it all in there. And that's what we're doing. And I'm doing that through a couple of ways. I'm just gonna show it here at the site. I use my amazing editing skills. I'm doing this all by myself, but my amazing editing skills are gonna show you the way we are doing this. We're first of all making videos on TikTok. That's just gonna be almost daily, and like once a week I will make like a compilation. If you want to see funny stuff or you have questions, I will make videos on that. But the TikTok videos, they are always happening. And then we do something, and let's make a business plan. And a business plan is just showing, this is what we are doing, this is our company, and this is how the company is structured, the financing, all that kind of stuff is in there. That's the boring part. Nobody likes that. And then you have the things I've made videos about or posted videos about on here before, and that is the master plan. Now the master plan is the thing most people like the most about zoos. That's what's going on behind the scenes. How do you design that zoo? What animals do you want? How are you doing stuff like education? How are you doing cohabitation, like different species together? How big are the enclosures gonna be? What's your mindset in that? Are you gonna do feeding presentation, guided tours, the events, all that kind of stuff? That's the master plan. And then you have like the underlying master plan. I also put it in the master plan, but it's more like the execution of everything. So the things you need to think about then is, for example, how are you gonna go about safety, fire safety, natural disasters, animals escaping, if there is like a protest going on, how are you managing that? The feeding list, what do you feed? What is your perspective of that? I sometimes stutter. I'm sorry guys, I'm still Dutch. I'm doing the best I can, man. But that's the kind of stuff, it's all underlying. If you want to see videos on that, feel free to ask. I will make videos on anything. I'm very transparent on that. But it's also something that needs to happen. It's very boring work. And I just try to give you little tidbits of that sometimes in between. But that's like the underlying stuff, and it's also part of the master plan. It's a master plan part 2, kind of. And yeah, it's going in the master plan. I'm making it in Dutch, but because we have a following in the UK, in Wales, in Scotland, in Ireland, some people out of Australia for some reason, all over the world we have people following us, and they also always have a voice with us. If they want to see something, I will make a video on that, and I do that in English. The master plan and everything needs to be in Dutch. Because I'm Dutch, it goes to the government, they need to see it in Dutch. I will make an English version for you guys. It's gonna take a while, because I have to translate everything into proper English. And my English is pretty good, but it's still a lot of work. It's gonna be there in English if you want to see that, and otherwise we're just gonna have fun games. There will be live streams. They are at the moment on TikTok, but because we have like a commission of like 70% for TikTok and 50% on YouTube, the bigger live streams are gonna be on here. And yeah, that's kind of the whole thing that we're gonna do on here. So feel free to say something in the comments, say hi, say hey, I wanna see this. It doesn't matter. So get involved, because we want you to be involved. This is not just like my project and I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna listen to you. We always listen to you. Doesn't matter if it's a silly thing, like I want you to have dolphins, we're not gonna have dolphins. But I will at least tell you why we're not gonna have dolphins. That's something we wanna do. And if you want to see, for example, Arapaima, I don't really have them in the plans right now, but if a lot of people ask for them, we might change something in the plans to put Arapaima in there, or monkeys, or lemurs. Well, lemurs are in there, but it's about the idea. So feel free to join on our journey. And I'm not trying to get to the 10-minute mark, but at least I want to have a filled video, because otherwise, why are you watching for a 4-minute video? That's like the whole thing here. But guys, that's all for today. And just like on TikTok, see ya.